Hello everybody, this is the Media Magnet, and today I'll be looking at my top 10 best Marvel films of all time. Now, before I carry on with this review, just to say there'll be a spoiler alert put in place because I'll be ruining major plot details all the character developments and reveals. So, a spoiler alert will be put in for that. And anyway, there's a criteria for this. It has to be rewatchable. It's got to be quick on quality over time, and it got like great action sequences and great character development. So let's kick things off with number 10, which is Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, I was debating whether or not to put it in this list because I love the Avengers. It's probably you probably know what number one it will be, but probably the Avengers was my favourite film. It's probably in the top four, top five best films of all time. And there's a reason for that because, I didn't know it was coming out and I went with my dad to see it and it was really amazing and I had really high hopes that Avengers Age of Ultron will be just as good or maybe even expand over it and make it even better and actually exceed expectations of it, the Higher Avengers. But unfortunately, it was an okay film, but I'd still put it in the top 10 list. No, it wasn't there, but the reason why I don't really like it is because of the way, characters are set out. I love the introduction of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. That was a really good addition. Ultron was also a cracking baddie, but the story does what a big plot holes in this film. I will have to point out. Probably I'm going to do a detailed review on Avengers Age of Ultron. I might even do a commentary from a Blu-ray, which is quite entertaining. So you better check that out when it comes out. And yeah, the character development there, and there's plot holes in it, and also it was trying to expand a universe to it with creating a universe before Ragnarok, and it kind of didn't redo it. But the action sequence in this film, oh my god, it kind of like Avengers done again, but with different things. And I can't tell you how much I loved the Hulkbuster sequence with Iron Man and the Hulk. That's amazing. I mean, it shows you how the Incredible Hulk, even though he doesn't mean to get angry and kick the shit out and smash things, you can't understand that he did wrong, and you can kind of see his who inside when he realises. And I love that scene. It was fun. It was a bit over the top and a bit comedic, but I kind of responded to it and seeing the scene in the bunker yard in Africa, somewhere Nigeria, I think it is. And I really found that scene really good with Scarlet Witch possessing people and like using their memories, good or bad, against them, which I kind of liked. And there was a good fun scene where everyone's had a party at the Stark Expo Tower, and everyone's trying to pick up Thor's hammer, and even when it was like Captain America's good big girl, he gets a little bit worried, but he gets a little bit worried, and that was just really funny. And I like that story they gave to Cartwitch, and it's always saying that they actually, want to revenge because the Avenger accidentally killed their mum and dad, parents in a bomb attack on their apartment complex. But then they come with good goodies and they really do shine out at the end of the film. And Ultron, praised by David Spade, is such a great voice for it because he's got such a calming influence, but he's evil, so you can't understand where he's coming from. And that is why Avengers Age of Ultron is on my number 10 spot. Number 9 has to be another film I was debating on, which I should have included higher in this list, but had a lot of other films that I wanted to include. And number 9 would be Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Now, since I've seen Civil War, exceeded it more than I was actually it actually beat Winter Soldier. But Winter Soldier is still an amazing film, and it's one of those films that it weren't even a superhero film. Superhero elements in it, but it was more like a spy, American espionage, James Bond, Bourne Identity sort of thing going on with it, and I like that. It was more graphic. It felt more realistic. The other films seemed a bit, could happen, but couldn't really. But this film showed realism on such a different level, and some of the fight scenes in it, Anthony and Joe Russo would go on to probably direct Civil War, and are now looking to direct helm both Infinity Wars, the final Avengers film, which coming out in 2018 and 2019. Just can't wait. I'm just probably going to lose sleep over it because it's such a great film. But number 9, I think the characters in it are fantastic. You know, it introduces Sam Wilson and Falcon, who I thought was a really good influence and really put something different to the table. And there's sort of Winter Soldier, played by Sebastian Stan, who, who is Bucky Barnes. Steve, who was his good friend from the original and who was helping out in Civil War. And I loved the Winter Soldier, so badass. But you felt kind of sorry for him because he was being brainwashed by Robert Redford's character. I can't remember his name. And Frank Grillo, fantastic as Romano. He kind of had that slyness to him. The fight sequence, especially the elevator sequence, where he beats the crap out of everyone. Everyone on that elevator. And it was like, oh my god. That fight scene with Winter Soldier and the inclusion of Black Widow being a supporting character, we had a good sale about it. Nick Fury was really good. The scene where Hydra, oh by the way, another big spoiler alert, that Shield, he found out Shield turns out to be Hydra, and I love the scene where Hydra going after Nick Fury and knocks his guard, and you hear the sat nav saying stuff to go right, and he's able to control it. It's fantastic. And I really think, you know, the opening sequence, it's pretty brutal, this film. It's one of these first films. And that could have been, you know, the sort of next snapping or what of like really big sounds. It's not like the usual Batman films where you just heard banging noises or something or whip noises, but it was real. You can actually feel people's pain when they saw it. And there's a great scene where they're literally like Black Widow and Steve Rogers are in a shopping centre or mall, what they call it over there, and literally Brock Ramone is Hydra compatriots are going past, and then they kiss, and you can just see them looking the other way and pretending to be completely scared about their identity. I really like that scene, and it's such a great film. I really like the villains in it. It's got a heart, and it's got a really a grittiness and realness, and it proves it's a big theme about how it sends a message to filmgoers said how corrupt governments are and don't trust them, because especially after what's gone on with Donald Trump becoming president and all that Jeremy Corbyn crap that's been going on over here. So it worked well. It's a great film, and that's why it's fortunately could have been number 5, but it's my number 9 entry. Now, this is higher than Captain America: Winter Soldier, but number 8 is X-Men 2. Now, probably one of the best sequels in the history of Marvel Studios, because this is well before, you know, we had the MCU. It was a good, how many, say 6 years before the MCU started the original Iron Man, and this is a great sequel. I mean, I really enjoy the original X-Men. Problem was with it, it was a bit, the Captain America was not there, it was too short, in my opinion. It's over an hour and 45 minutes, and some of the sequences with Magneto turned out to be a little bit silly and a little bit dated now. But X-Men 2, everyone came into it, and it sees it. It's such a great film. There's tons of great moments, especially the scene where William Stryker comes into the X-Mansion and steals everyone. And, you know, there's a scene where Wolverine confronts him, doesn't know who he is, but he's a dream about the ones that made him the way he is, and see the ice forming, and Brian Cox played a great baddie. Really in that. Sorry about that. I'll have to edit that out. But that's for that. I can't concentrate. It's like Brian Cox, fantastic. He had a good slyness. He's always been a good bit of Brian Cox, and he added fantastic chemistry with the cast. I really like the addition of Alan Cumming play Kurt Wagner and Nightcrawler. Really good entry. I don't know why they got rid of him in the last stand. I think Brett Ratner didn't want him. I think Bryan Singer. If he didn't go off to direct Superman Returns, which was probably a big mistake on Singer's point of view, yeah, it was a bit of a mistake. But, you know, he's really good in that, and I love the alliance to join up with both Magneto and Mystique, the brother of the Mutants. Only 2 it did now. Again, and the wholesale of the, moving into Alkali Lake, it's like a base there, and he mind washes Professor X, with a guy, I can't remember his name, but with David or something. So yes, it's the thing I haven't seen this film well. And usually tends to be a little girl. He's in a wheelchair, and he used to go to the private school for gifted youngsters, and he fell out with Marine Striker, and he uses pretends to be a little girl inside his mind. And well, then Wolverine's fantastic. I mean, Wolverine does a show. His plot line's really good. I was cheesiness at some of the scenes, particularly in that scene where they're driving in Scott car away from the expansion when it's been taken over, and they click on the radio, and then Bye 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 by NSYNC starts playing, and they turn it off. And it's like, oh god, not that. It's just fantastic. I was talking about that scene when I watched it again recently, and it just makes it funny. You know, X-Men 2 has really gritty and just good scenes. And Jean Grey being sacrificed at the end, really good idea. And the first time that, Magneto's persuaded someone from X-Men with Pyro, played by Aaron Stanford, being turned to the dark side, I really like that idea. When the X-Men 2, fantastic sequel, it definitely deserves to be probably one of the best superhero film sequels of all time. Number 7 is Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I was really excited going in this film. I knew nothing about Guardians of the Galaxy before I came and see it. I kind of, before we came, I just went online and checked things out, and I went to see it probably like 3 summers ago, and absolutely loved it. My dad fell asleep, which kind of annoyed me, but it's such a fun film. This is as much as close as you can come to like being comedic and being a comedy, because it is. It's just like Deadpool. It's a self-referential comedy, and there's a lot of different themes in it and uses from different films. Like there's like Peter Quill and Star Wars. He kind of is between. There's elements of Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all the Flash Gordon serials, but he used great soundtrack of songs from like 10cc and I can't remember the others. 10cc and others, and the great songs that they kind of used perfectly for these sort of films. And I really like Rocket and group voiced by both Ben Diesel and Bradley Cooper, because they're fantastic. I gotta admit, Bradley Cooper's fantastic, got a great voice. So is Zoe Saldana as Gamora, and Chris Pratt. I mean, Chris Pratt's still the show. And Stacey the Sister's great as Drax. I really like the character. The problem is with Roman Barayi, he's quite a weak baddie. You kind of understand that he wants to destroy Thanos, which we probably want, but Thanos is going to be a new baddie, and Infinity War kind of introduced him, because they will be appearing in Infinity War, but along with like Doctor Strange and the introduction of Captain Marvel. So yeah, really great film. Really good. I mean, some of the characters in it, especially played by, I can't remember his name, but played by I can't remember the guy's name, but he is really, really fun in that film, and he made me laugh a few times. And that dance off with Lauren at the end, fantastic. I was having my ass off with that, and that's why it's going to be my number 7.